Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good evening, dear friends in Dhamma. We are in for Brahmavihara retreat. Today, my talk would be the second Brahmavihara, which we call Karuna or compassion. In the morning, we got wonderful opportunity to listen to Bhante ji about metta, loving kindness, or loving kindness. Now, in this talk, I'm going to talk about two things, mainly about compassion and the way how we can develop four Brahmavihara thoughts in our mind. So this is the main thing that I'm going to discuss in here in this moment. As we know, when we start to talk about four Brahmavihara, four things that we have to keep in our mind: loving friendliness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. These are the four things that we talk about as Brahmavihara. In the morning, you got the definition of Brahmavihara. What is the definition of Brahmavihara? Last evening, I was able to mention why you are here. What is the main purpose of to participate in this retreat? To uplift our human quality, to develop our humanity. That is the main purpose of this retreat. Developing our human qualities, there is opportunity to reduce our stress, to reduce our worries, to reduce our burdens. We are suffering a lot because we are in the circle of birth and death circle. That circle nature is suffering. But through our wisdom, through our upliftment of these qualities, we can reduce that suffering. Even the person who is in this mundane life as a mundane person, through these qualities, we can reduce that suffering level. Who don't have any development of these qualities, so they are suffering a lot because ignorance is increasing there, desire is increasing there, anger is increasing there. While you are increasing all these defilements, there is no way to be happy. There is no way to enjoy in your very life as a mundane person. We have full of worry, full of trouble, full of unhappy stages there because of these foods. So that's why we want to develop our human qualities to be happy even in this mundane life as a lay person, as a mundane person. It doesn't matter whether you are in monastic life or mundane life, if you are full of these defilements, which we call lobha, dvesa, moha, you are in trouble. You have worries, you have stress, you have so many burdens in your mind. So to reduce that burdens, reduce that worries, only solution is there to increase these human qualities with us. Becoming a Buddha means Becoming an arahant means you establish these qualities in your mind without changing any degrees. That is the meaning of enlightenment. Enlightened beings always keep their compassion, loving friendliness, sympathetic joy, and equanimity in the same line. That's why the Buddha was able to stay with everybody very comfortably. Even the person who tried to kill him, Devadatta, and the person who ordained under him, Rahula, his own son. The Buddha did not have any difference with these two people because he established equanimity, sympathetic joy, compassion, and loving friendliness there in his mind. He eliminated all the defilements, so therefore, he did not have any uncomfortable situations there. He maintained happiness. It's like a line, very simple line. We have happiness, but that happiness is going up and down. It's like a zigzag. Sometimes we are very happy, sometimes we are very unhappy. We have so many troubles, barriers, burdens in our mind. When we lose our qualities like these qualities, so we are in trouble. We are worried. We don't have any happiness there. When you live in with these qualities all the time, so you can maintain your happiness. You can be relaxed because your compassion is there, loving friendliness, sympathetic joy, and all these qualities are there. To maintain these qualities, we have to recognize the barriers. What are the things that disturb for these qualities? Why we are not able to stay in one line? Why is happening like zigzag? So in this talk, I'm going to turn into that directions to recognize the barriers, what kind of barriers that we have here. So compassion, that's the main topic in here today. What is compassion? You can see something, you can get some ideas through this picture. I feel this is compassion. It's look like mother and daughter is here. Going to be rain very soon. Mother is there to protect her own daughter. This is the highest level of compassion. In Karaniya Metta Sutta, Mata Yata Niyam Puttang Ayusayika, it means who has a child, one and only. Even though without thinking the value of his own life, sacrificing the life, that person ready to protect their own one and only daughter or son. That is the highest level that we can develop this for Brahmavihara. That is the highest level. So compassion is here. Now someone in danger. So when someone in danger, we have idea, we have thoughts to protect that person. Singalova, the sutta, one of very important sutta, explain the qualities of your Kalyana Mitta, good friends. When you are in trouble with your defilements, if someone try to protect you from that defilements, that is the nature of Kalyana Mitta. That quality is there. That Kalyana Mitta quality come in with this compassion. Compassion. For example, while you are walking in the forest, someone is there in kind of a dangerous situation. Just think about someone falling into hole. Looking at that person, if you are saying, oh, poor person who is falling into the hole there, eh? You can cry there, you can lamentate there, what a poor person, what happened to him. But you don't have any actions there. Why? You have only sympathy there. You don't have empathy there. But being a wise person, finding out other situations, other things that you can collect there, might be if there is someone to get help, support, or if there are something to get support. And taking all these opportunities, if you are trying to help that person to get in out from that hole, that is compassion. That is compassion. In Jataka story, there's a wonderful story in Jataka story we call Nalapana Jataka. Nalapana Jataka. The Buddha, in his previous life as a bodhisattva, he born as a monkey, leader of monkey. In that area where there was, when they have kind of drought, they did not have enough water to drink. So, with the guidance of leader of that flock, they started to find water, searching water. Then now they are walking. Somehow, while later, they were able to find a place where water, full of water. And then everybody were thirsty. They are rushing to water. They want to drink water. But as a leader, he was very wise person, and then looking at and analyzing everything, situations, the symbols, what happened there, he stopped his people and his flock and then said, wait a moment. I want to find out something. There is something. I want to clarify it before go to water. You stay here, outside. What was there? The leader was looking at the footprints. He had been noticing there are footprints. They already went to the water, but nobody coming out from the water. This is kind of things to think about as a leader. This is the compassion. This is the compassion. Otherwise, as a leader, okay, guys, you go, drink as much as you can. You can wait until what is happening there. You can see the results and then you can go away. That kind of leadership is the leadership that we have in today around the world. All the leaders are like this. But Bodhisattva is not that kind of person. He was very compassionate one. That's why he said, seeing danger, he want to protect his followers. Then he asked, okay, wait a moment. Then he noticed something. He can notice there were footprints. Living beings had been going to the water, but they are not coming out from the water. So these kind of situations. So then, with compassionate thoughts, the leader asks his followers, okay, we're not supposed to go to drink water now. We have to find a technique. So looking around that area, they found bamboos. Bamboo trees are there. So taking that bamboo trees and making a hole there, put into the water, and they started to drink water through that bamboo. So there was a devil came out with angry mind. What you did without coming to water? Because he was waiting there, hiding in the water to catch them. But because of that leader's compassionate thoughts and wise thoughts, he was able to protect his group. He was able to protect his followers. This is compassion. This is compassion. So, as a compassionate person, if someone in danger, you have thoughts to protect them. You have to help them. You have to take care of them. Take care of them. That is most important thing as a compassionate person. In Pali, it says, Paradukke sati hade kampanam karotiti karuna. Compassion, the Pali word is karuna. So this is the explanations given by the commentaries. Paradukke sati hade kampanam karotiti. When you are looking someone in danger, if you get some feelings to help that person from to protect and take care of his danger, that is karma. That is compassion. That is compassion. It is not sympathy. It is not something get into his shoes. In modern psychologies, in their counseling sessions, they train their counselors telling this. If there is a client who are coming to you asking some mental support, you have to get into their shoes. According to the compassion is not get into their shoes. We don't want to get into their shoes. It means you don't want to cry with that person. You don't want to get try to get that feelings what that person experience in there. You have to use your mind. Use in your mind, seeing the reality of that person's what he is experiencing at that moment. You are ready to use your mind and to give a solution for that person. That is the real meaning of real empathy, according to the Buddhist explanations. This is compassion. So that's why even the Sakyamuni Buddha, he born during the Dipankara Buddha's time as a Sumedha ascetic. Sumedha, he had been complete perfections to attain enlightenment. He had been fulfilling his requirements, perfections. Even though he don't want to wait for next Buddha, he was able to attain enlightenment under the guidance of Dipankara Buddha. This happened millions years ago. Actually, not million, billions years ago. So, that Bodhisattva, Sumedha ascetic, was thinking himself, no, person like me who has energy, who has effort in the highest level, as well as who develop uh, uh, wisdom, not supposed to attain enlightenment myself. Thinking about in the future, there would be a moment without Buddha. So at that moment, I want to become Buddha to help these innocent poor people, innocent living beings. Having that compassionate thoughts, ascetic Sumedha decided to stay in this birth and death cycle. He suffered a lot being as a living beings in this birth and death circle. For what? Benefits for us. That is his compassion. He knew one day there would be an opportunity. We don't have a Buddha. We don't know the teachings of the Buddha. So at that time, he was thinking himself, I have responsibility and duty there to fulfill, because attaining enlightenment myself, I can help those people who would be there in future. That is his compassion. So therefore, the Bodhisattva, in his practice, he had been fulfilling his compassionate thoughts in many different ways as a Bodhisattva. So it means to become Arahant, to become Pacceka Buddha, or to become a Buddha, you have to fulfill these requirements. You have to develop your compassion. You have to develop your loving friendliness. You have to develop your sympathetic joy and equanimity. Without developing these qualities, there is no way to fulfill 10 perfections. So these qualities are the qualities that we are trying to develop, eliminating our defilements. Without eliminating defilements, there is no way to gain these qualities. So about Buddhism, compassion is the wish for others to be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. This is the explanation that we can briefly keep in our mind. Forget about other part, just keep in your mind. According to Buddhism, compassion is the wish for others to be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. This is kind of wishes come through the compassionate thoughts, but it should be actions. Compassion is the completement to love or loving friendliness, the wish for the others to be happy. Just making wishes is not enough. You have to do something with that loving friendliness thoughts, compassionate thoughts, to make that opportunity. To make that opportunity. Without doing it, it's not happening. So therefore, if someone crying, join in with that person, you also can cry. What kind of meaning is there? There is nothing any meaning. But if someone crying, if you can find why this person is crying, so then find in the course of crying, then you can help that person to get rid of that cause. So this is the compassion. It should be a practical application. It is not something just developing your feelings there. But according to that explanation in commentaries, there are some situations we might have just thoughts. We may not be able to turn into actions there. While you are traveling somewhere, just think about, for example, you are in Africa. You have a safari in Africa. There would be a tiger who is pointing out, who is aiming to catch a deer. Then he was success with his aim. You are in the vehicle and thinking about, oh, I'm so compassionate person, so therefore I don't want to happen this one. I don't want to let to happen this one. I want to go to deer and I want to protect that deer. Is that the compassion? No, it is not compassion. Why? You can't change some natures. The cruelty is there with that tiger, lion. All living beings have their own nature. So we can't change that nature. It is impossible things. Therefore, sometimes only the thoughts should be there. Okay, you have compassionate thoughts to that deer, but you're not supposed to make it action. If you are going to make some action, you try to change the world. It is not happening. It is not the way how the Buddha said. The Buddha said, change your mind. So you don't know to worry about, you don't know to cry there. There is a lesson to understand the nature of the world. Different animals have different desire, different mindset, different values, different norms. So as human beings, we have to understand it using our mind power. So therefore, there would be some situations we may not be able to be compassionate actions there. But don't destroy your mind. You have to protect your mind. But what to do? What we can do? We have limitation. We have boundaries. We have to maintain that limitation and boundaries. Otherwise, we may not be able to practice. We're going to end before them. So this is not compassion. So therefore, don't miss compassion. That's why, same time, you have to develop your mind. You have to develop your wisdom. The way how we should apply these compassionate thoughts to our day-to-day life, you have to be very mindful. You have to be very mindful. If someone trying to go into war areas, okay, I want to practice metta for all these um, battalions who are fighting. Is it going to happen? Within in 1 second, you're going to end your life. What kind of metta you can practice then? There is no way. Therefore, don't take these things in wrong way. Compassion, loving-kindness, sympathetic joy, equanimity, all these ideas, thoughts take as the way how it should take. It means you have to use your mind to understand it. So, to develop these four qualities, generally, while you are practicing metta meditation, you have few thoughts there, few words are there. What are those? May all beings be well, happy, and peaceful. These are the thoughts that you generate. And this is, we call loving kindness. May all beings be well, happy, and peaceful. What does it mean? May all beings be well mean, what does it mean? What does it mean? May all beings be well. Practicing for Brahmavihara, we have to get that feelings. May all beings be well mean what does you mean? What is the meaning that you can take there? Really. Be well. Be well. Okay, that person have all the basic needs with that person. When he's hungry, he have something to eat. Okay, he is well. He does not have headache, fever, coughing, cancer, diabetic. Okay, he is well. Is that the meaning what we have to take in here? Those kind of things, not something that you can help, or those kind of things that not enough just thinking about the human being, because all the sicknesses are growing here in this body. Sabba roganang avasu. The body is the place for all these sicknesses. No one can change that. So therefore, time to time, all these things would come. Who knows that? So well-wishers means, may all beings be well means, not just regarding about this physical health. This should be regarding their mental health. Their mental health. Even yourself, may I be well, may I be happy, may I be peaceful means not just think about your body. You have to think about your defilements. Defilements are the most dangerous thing. Defilement are the most difficult things to recognize. If someone has some kind of sicknesses, they can recognize through the test, blood works, scanning. All these tests are there to recognize those things. But is there any way that you can use any kind of this technique or electronic gadget to recognize your anger, recognize your desire, recognize your hatred? No, there is no any machines yet. But you can develop your mind to recognize your anger, to recognize your defilements. Therefore, may all beings be well means not just regarding the body, it's regarding your mind. Why I am saying so, this is very important. Just think about our body. What we can do using our body if we don't have a mind. We know what we do. We do walk, we kind of work we have, as well as we talk. This is the things that we do. We talk and work in our whole life. It doesn't matter how long you are living. 100, 120 years or 200 years, it doesn't matter. This is the only thing that you're going to do. You talk and work. All these talks and works coming from the command by the mind. Mind is the command. Just in case it is happening, the physical formation and mental formation get together, then you have life. When mental formation go away from that physical form, then that body become useless. You can't talk, you can't work. These are the important things: feeling, sensation, accumulations, and perceptions. These are the important things. When we are talking about human beings particularly, these are the important things. Mental formation is most important thing, the most important thing. So we have to think about wellness of our mind. Why? Everything happening according to our mind. You all are here because you got commands from your mind. Okay, I want to go to meditation retreat. If you don't have that command, no one can be here. No one can be here. Whoever suggesting to go to meditation, if that suggestion is not approved by your mind, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Mind is the leader. Mind is the forerunner. Everything happening according to the mind. Therefore, whenever this mental formation leave from the body, physical form, that body become useless. In Dhammapada it says, Achirang Vatayang Kayo. It means in a short time period, the body become useless log when the mind departed from the body. Chuddho apeta vijnana, when the mind departed from the body become a useless log. How many useless log were there in this world? How many? Billions people lived in the society before us. They died. What we did? Throw it away. Keeping that useless log, what we can do? Even during winter time, we can't use as a fire. Useless. That's why Buddha said. These are not my words. The Buddha's words. It's becoming a useless log. This is the nature of the body when the mind departed from the body. But when the mind is connected with the body, it has value. It has value. Everybody like to keep that body. How many invitation would be there? Yes, please come. You have place in my place. You already got this invitation. See? You made that invitation to each other. That's why you are keeping there. Not only that, even if there is some kind of sicknesses, how much you can spend for that? You ready to spend that for what? Now, still, your mind and body they are together. It has value. That value is no one can measure. Unvaluable value is there. That's why sometimes you ready to spend millions and millions. How much you have? That much you ready to spend there to protect this life. Where that value is coming? That value is coming through your mental formation. Your mind is the main reasons to have a value there. If your mind is not there, everybody ready to throw it away. When someone departed from your family as a family member, how long you ready to keep that body? maximum. Now it's up to the funeral parlor. If that person says, okay, I have to keep 3 months, you have to keep 3 months. Otherwise, if that funeral parlor ready to say, okay, I have a spot tomorrow, so let's do it tomorrow. Then you're ready to do it. No one ready to keep in your place. But if that body living with the mind, so then you are not ready to live with it in that way. You're ready to keep that. So all these values are coming because of the mind. So therefore, these are the most important thing: feeling, sensation, accumulation, and perceptions. These are the important things. So practicing metta, practicing karuna, compassion, practicing and developing mudita, upekha, what we have to do? We have to change all these things: feelings, sensation, accumulation, and perceptions. That is the meaning of mental development. So otherwise, there is no meaning with compassion. Just memorizing words, you don't have any meaning there. To get a meaning, you have to change these things. You have to be a different views, perceptions. Without changing your views and perceptions, there is no way to develop or to be happy yourself. If you want to be happy yourself, you have to change your views and perceptions. Those days, there was a person who you don't like to see. Even you don't like to see that person. But after this Brahmaviharas retreat, when you are going there, even though that person is there, it's not trouble, it's not make any trouble for you. Right? Your views had been changing. Your perceptions had been changing. You don't have worry. Whatever. He is there. Who's care? I don't care. It's not making some trouble for you. It's not bothering you. Why? You have protections yourself. You develop your mind. The way how you count it now is different. The way how you develop your feelings using that outside things now is different. So this is the way how we should be. So therefore, we have to develop these things. Without developing our mind, mental formation, there is no way to gain any kind of developments. So meditation results, you can see yourself. Applying Dhamma, the results, you can see yourself. That's why the Buddha said, come and see. That's why the Buddha said, akaliko, timeless. Right away you can see the results. Right away you can see the results. I hope when you're going back to your places, you might have different views, perceptions. I hope. But I know it's not happening in one night. You have to be here a few nights. Now, we have duty and responsibility for that. Because these defilements are the most dangerous things to have that views, perceptions, to develop our mind. Desire, hatred, and delusions. These are the roots of our defilements. Developing metta, developing compassion, developing sympathetic joy, and developing equanimity, we have to address these things. Desire. Desire can arise in our mind. How many ways? How many ways? How many ways? You have been noticing how many ways are desire arising in your mind? Have you noticed it? 5 ways? More than. My house, my son, my daughter, my loved one. No? Not only that, even the things that you are wearing, my shirt, no? You have that concept, my. All these are desire in this manner. There are 108 ways desire can arise in our mind. 108 ways just desire can arise in your mind. Overall, using these defilement routes, 1,500 ways defilements can arise in your mind. 1,500 ways these are defilements can arise in your mind. Okay, it is not easy. It is not easy to tame these things. It is not happening in one night. So that's why Bhante ji mentioned this should be continuous. You have to continue it. You have to apply it each and every moment. It is not easy because this is completely dependent on your mind development. Mind development. So these defilements are the main thing that we are supposed to arise. Defilements, these are the main roots, and then we have another category we call hindrances. Another categories are fetters. Another categories we have fermentation. These three we call in Nivarana, Sanyojana, Asrava, Anusaya. 4 categories are there. 5 hindrances, fetters, fermentations, tendencies. These 4 groups are the groups regarding that 1,500 defilements, which is in arising using these 3 routes. So our duty, our responsibility is to control all these defilements, tendencies, hindrances. That is our duty. That's our responsibility. It is not something outside. All these are here in your mind. Be careful, not in your brain. In your mind. In your mind. But in Western way, Western psychologists, they say, your brain is your mind. According to Buddhism, it's completely wrong. Your brain is not your mind. Your mind is not part of your physical form. In Dhammapada, it says, definition is there that Buddha given about the mind. Durangamang ekacharang asarirang guhasayang ye chittang sanyamek santi mukkanti marabanta. Durangamang, the nature of mind is go away for the far away objects. Durangamang. Ekacharang, go in alone. When you are taking far away objects, you are not connected with anyone else. You go alone. Go in alone. Asariran, bodiless. You don't have any physical signs to introduce your mind, to recognize your mind. Asariran, it means it is not part of any of this physical form. Your mind is not part of any of these physical form. You couldn't find through your body, your mind. You couldn't find your mind through your body. As we know, in labs, they had done so many researchers to find body parts. Are there anyone able to find part of their mind? No. They couldn't. It is the meaning, mind is not part of your physical form, physical body. You have to keep this thing in your mind thoroughly because whole world, they believe your mind is your brain or your heart. This concept is very huge, but it's completely wrong. If you take in that way, one day, there would be brain transplant. How would be there? Before they thought, okay, your mind is there in your heart. Now, there are people who are living with new heart. They already did heart transplant. I have been interviewed those people and checking with them, is there any changes in your thinking pattern? Is there any changes with your values, norms? No. They said, we don't have any changes. But they have very fresh, new heart. But their thinking pattern or values or norms or doesn't change. They're the same with that previous heart. So then it does means now exactly everybody can agree, okay, heart is not your mind. So then next one, now they are giving your mind is your brain. One day in future, when they start to do surgeries and particularly brain transplant, that time they can accept it, okay, even the brain is not part of, brain is not your mind. You don't want to wait that long. You don't know when it's going to happen. You don't want to wait. You have to develop your confidence to the teachings of the Buddha. Then you have solutions there. Because the Buddha clearly said, mind is not the part of your physical form. It's a completely separate thing. So therefore, we have to take care of our mind. That is our duty, responsibility, take care of our mind from these defilements. This is the way how we can develop compassion. This is the way how we can develop our loving kindness. This is the way how we can develop our sympathetic joy and equanimity, controlling these defilements. So, where we can control these defilements each and every moment. Each and every moment. I have a personal opinion. This is not coming from any sutta, any discourses. This is my personal opinion. According to the Buddhists, taking all the teachings of the Buddha had been advised marriage couples. If someone going to marry, Buddha had been advised them to the way how you should develop, how you should live as a marriage couple. Buddha had been doing. So in my personal idea is marriage is one of opportunity to develop these four qualities. It is my idea. How I say so? Because marriage means there is a mental connection. There should be a mental connection. What is that mental connection? Okay, he is my husband. This is my wife. What is that mean in the my? Among others, okay, this is my husband. This is my wife. There is a relationship calling mine, me, my, myself. These are very strong things. So this is the nature of mundane mind. Mundane mind always like to say, my, mine, myself. These thoughts are very important in this mundane world. So Buddha giving opportunity, okay, develop your mind. Okay, saying, this is my mind, mine, myself. Not just enough developing that desire in that way. So then apply loving kindness there. My husband, my wife, I love you. I love you. Then both of them ready to produce children. Oh, these are my children. My children are here. So then I love my children. They are also ready to say, I love mom, I love dad. Loving kindness is there. No, that's not enough. You have to be compassionate. You each other develop your compassion, sharing things. helping each other, working together. Your compassion is there. According to Singalovada Sutta, there are some responsibilities that you have to take care as a husband and wife. Fulfilling these requirements, duties, responsibilities, you are developing your compassion. You're developing your compassion. You're ready to share your wealth with your partner. It doesn't matter husband or wife. You're ready to share your wealth. And not only that, very simple thing, you're ready to listen to each other. You're ready to listen to each other. Your compassion. There might be so many difficulties during that day that they were facing themselves, and they want to share with someone very close. So, as my family, okay, I'm ready to listen to my husband, I'm ready to listen to my wife. Compassion is there. Compassion is there. When you have kids, you have to develop that compassion into different degrees. Sometimes as a husband and wife, you may not have that much compassion, but as a kids, okay, these kids are mine. So you have more compassion there. For example, just think about you are coming from work. It was a long day, very tired, thinking to relax, you are going to your place where you are dwelling. But somehow the situation is not there to relax. There is a kid who is sick. Now, what you supposed to do? You have thoughts to relax. It was a long day, very tired, but your kid is sick. What you want to do now? Your compassion is coming out. Okay, I don't know to relax. I want to rest now. You're ready to go to doctor. You are in rush now to see the doctor. Compassion is there. Equanimity also there. You have very higher level tolerance there. That is equanimity. Instead of relaxing yourself, taking a rest yourself, you're ready to run into doctor because your children is sick. Now you're ready to go to see the doctor. You're ready to see the doctor. Compassion is there, very high. Equanimity is there, very high. Loving-kindness is there, very high. This is the meaning of marriage. If you are not develop your qualities, these 4 qualities, through your marriage, you don't have a life there. You have a lot of worries there. You are in trouble. You are in so many difficulties there. There would be. So therefore, according to the Buddhist point, marriage is an opportunity to develop these 4 qualities. These 4 qualities. So sympathetic joy, no jealous. If there is some gain of your husband, as a wife, you don't have any jealous there. But if there is some gain through your friends, how she is going before me? That's not supposed to have, that promotion not supposed to have her. It's supposed to come to me. You have jealous there. But if that promotion taken to your husband, oh no, he is suitable for that. That's good. Sympathy joy is there. You don't have worry there. Seeing progress of your children, you can be very happy. You don't have any dust of jealous of your children. Am I correct? As a mother, as a father, I don't have that feelings, but I'm thinking through my Dhamma knowledge. Also through my parents. I have parents, therefore I know some situations through them. They don't have any dust in their mind regarding jealous. They have very clean, pure mind. They're very happy seeing our progress, seeing our development, seeing our achievements. They're very happy. So this is the meaning of marrying. That's why this is something else, extra things. In the Jataka stories, there are 555 Jataka stories. 550, actually exactly 547 Jataka stories are there. Among those Jataka stories, the Bodhisattva, having human life, he ordained only 9 times. He had ordained only 9 times. Even though in that 9 times also, most of the time, he had lay life, he had children, and then he ordained later in his life. Personally, I think to become a Buddha, I think lay life experience is very important regarding these 4 qualities: compassion, loving kindness, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. Being as a lay person who has family life, they have opportunity. They have wonderful opportunity regarding equanimity. Is that correct? So many reasons would be there to have kind of fire. But because of your tolerance, your patience, you're ready to bear those things. No? When someone marries to you, you're ready to stay with that person as much as you can, because it's completely dependent on your patience, your tolerance, equanimity. So therefore, personal, my idea is, even to, if someone wanted to attain enlightenment very quick, I think marriage life is the best place for that. Somehow 5 hindrances are there. Now we have to take care. Regarding that defilements, these are 5 hindrances: desire, aversion, sloth and torpor, restlessness and worry and doubt. These 5 hindrances are the main barriers for enlightenment. Same as for these qualities, you can develop your loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, or equanimity if you are living with these 5 hindrances. 5 hindrances are something that we should address to develop our loving kindness, compassion. Desire is very dangerous thing. We call it kama chanda, desire. Desire always trying to connect with, trying to fulfill, giving opportunity for the 5 bases. I always like to connect with pictures. What kind of pictures attract you, which you like? You always like to connect with sounds which is attracting you. Tongue always like to connect with taste. This is the nature of kama chanda. So you don't have any control. So this is kind of very dangerous situations to lose your loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, equanimity, and all other qualities that you develop. I would like to share a story. This happened maybe 5 years ago in Sri Lanka. 5 years ago in Sri Lanka. There was a young couple who had 2 kids. They lived happily. The person was working as a manager in a factory, garment factory. Lady was working as a government school teacher. Somehow that person was young looking man, kind of attractive person. That is the way how they explain in the newspapers. I don't know. Somehow, on the way going here and there, he met a girl, young girl, They started an affair, loving affair, sharing thoughts here and there. They made a decisions to marry. But that young fellow already married. He has 2 kids, but he did not share that thoughts with new girlfriend. He wanted to marry this girl. Now he has big trouble there because he has a wife as well as children. He was making effort to delete them from the screen now, because he's telling to his new girlfriend, I did not marry, I don't have any affairs or anything. You are the one and only affair that I have. You are the only person that I have. So share in this way, creating so many stories. Now he wanted to marry that young girl. Now desire is increasing there. Desire is increasing into top level, and then aversion arises in his mind. What he did? He made a plan to kill his own children and his legal wife. He made a plan because desire get into the highest level, and same time aversion, anger arises there, ill will. Then he made a plan to kill them. He set fire there in his place while they were sleeping. While they were sleeping means his kids and wife. The fire went away. 3 of them died on the spot. That person was not there. There was any clue to find how it's happened. Somehow, through the investigations, the police was able to find the reasons. Everything happened according to his wishes. He did that fire, intentionally kill them. Ill will, aversion is there because the desire was there in the top of level, then his aversion is there. Instead of developing compassion, loving kindness, sympathetic joy, and equanimity toward to his own children, what happened? The mind had been changed into complete opposite side. Aversion was there. Anger to kill, because this is the one and only burial that I have. I can't marry that young pretty girl because of them. See, desire can destroy whole life. Desire can change our whole system in 1 second, 1 nanosecond. So at the end, what happened to that person? He was not able to stay with that lady, that girl, new girlfriend, or now he don't have his own family. He had been destroying himself, his own family. All these happened because of these 5 hindrances. So therefore, be careful. Desire is very dangerous. Father can be destroyed, fatherhood, because of desire. Mother can be destroyed, motherhood, because of desire. So what about loving friendliness, compassion, sympathy, joy, and equanimity? Desire can destroy within in 1 nanosecond. So that's why, as a practitioner, we're willing to develop humanity, human qualities. So we have to control, we have to address for these 5 hindrances. That is our duty. That is our responsibility. We have to address these hindrances. How we can address these hindrances? Through your development of your mind. Without developing your mind, there is no any way that we can control these hindrances. To control these hindrances, we have to develop our mind. Mindfulness, concentration, wisdom. Without developing mindfulness, there is no way to gain wisdom. So mindfulness is the base We have to develop mindfulness, basically. That is the way how we can develop our mind. So this whole life can be changed if you are not address, if you are not go against these five hindrances. So our all human qualities are depending on the development of our mind, how much we can control our defilements. So tendencies. Kamaraga, Patiga, Ditti, Vijakicha, Mana, Bhavaraga, Avijja. Sensual lust, aversion, views, doubt, conceit, passion for becoming, ignorance. These are the tendencies. So these, I may not be able to explain all these things in detail because now already time has gone. So now time passed. But anyway, you can do some kind of studies about these things to get more ideas and thoughts. Tendencies are the next dangerous things in our mind. We have to address, we have to take care of these tendencies. Otherwise, you are not able to develop your mind with loving kindness, compassion, or sympathy, joy, equanimity. This is the second one. This is other one. Fermentation. Asrava, asava, dittasava, bhavasava, avijjasava. Dittasava, wrong views. Bhavasava, desire to become, becoming. Bhavasava, avijjasava, ignorance. Ignorance is main thing is described in many ways. Ignorance has described in many ways, in many, even in the tendencies you see as avijja is ignorance. Avijja in here also avijjasava. As a fermentation, we have avijja. Avijja is main thing. So this is another things. As petals, in here, you can see the stages, the way how we can eliminate these 10 fetters. Believe in permanent self, sakkaya ditti. Doubt, vichikicha, belief in religious rituals, and sensual craving, ill will, desire for rebirth in worlds of form, desire for rebirth in formless realms, pride, self-righteousness, ignorance of the true nature of things. When someone attains in Sotapanna, stream entry, at that time, you eliminated, you believe in permanent self, sakkaya ditti, vichikicha, silabbata paramasa, doubt, belief in religious rituals. This silabbata paramasa word is very important, keep in your mind. Around the world, there is a concept. What is that concept? I don't have a religion. Atheist. This concept is atheist concept. I don't have religion. So the Buddha is the first person who introduced that concept to the world. You can stay without a religion, attaining Sotapanna, stream entry. In Sinhala, they call Anagami. Not Anagami. In Sinhala, they call it what we call Niragamika. Niragamika, who don't believe a religion. To be a real Niragamika, atheist, you have to attain Sotapanna. Without attaining Sotapanna, no one can be atheist or Niragamika. Okay? In the United States, 55% as they consider as atheists. But according to Buddhist explanation, none of them are not belongs to that group. because they are not Sotapanna stream entered yet. That is the time that you're going to end belief in religious rituals. So it is a development of your mind. Until that, each and everyone have kind of religious beliefs in their mind. So Sotapanna is very important stage. The second level, once returned, you ready to eliminate sensual craving and ill will. And when you are eliminating the first three things, attaining stream entry, then you are controlling other defilement, other fetters. It's happening. And when you are entering the second stage, Sakadagami, once returner, you are eliminating sensual craving and ill will, and you are controlling desire for rebirth in world of form as well as desire for rebirth in formless realms. You're controlling these things. These are reducing. At the stage of non-returner, you have been eliminating most of the defilements, but the influence would be there. That's why you are not Arahant yet. You are not attaining the final enlightenment stage. Because you did not eliminate ignorance. In the commentary books, it says the nature of that person who attained non-return stage, it's like this. Keeping something in, just think about taking a container. Particularly, you can use a container made by uh, what kind of things, what kind of materials, any kind of materials, doesn't matter. You have a container. You are keeping there some kind of fruits in long time, maybe 2 months, 3 months, or 6 months. Now, you take out all the things that you fermentate there. You don't have anything there now. You wash it, but smell is there. Smell is there. So, same way, even the person who eliminated all the defilements, still he's with some kind of ignorance, even in that stage, in the in third stage, Anagami stage, he does not have any defilements, but that influence would be there. Weaknesses would be there. That is the meaning. It's like that container which is fermented, put in some fruits or vegetables or anything. That one already done, finished, clean, but the smell is there. But at the last stage, when you attain Arahanta, is the time that you completely eliminate. You don't have any influence of any defilements because all defilements had been gone through away. So that's the last stage. So developing our compassion, loving kindness, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. At that moment, when you become Arahant, we can establish there. That compassion is never changing. That loving kindness never changing there in that stage because completely you eliminated all the defilements from your mind. Mind is free from defilements now. So only you have metta, karuna, mudita, upekka now. All these qualities are staying there without changing because these qualities changing because the influence of defilements. Okay, so that would be enough for now. We can take a break for a few minutes and then come back to meditation.